Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Experts Eating Cake. And today I'm going to be joined by my friend Manisha Patel. Now, Manisha runs Scaling to PMO, and you might not know what that is just yet, but she will tell you all about it because she is an expert at turning all the messy parts of your business into the epitome of organisation so that you've actually got the time then to do the amazing things that you do in your business. So let's welcome Manisha.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah,
Big
good,
hair,
thanks.
don't care.
Big hair, embracing the cows.
Woo-hoo.
Bit of frizz going on, but it doesn't matter.
It don't look
All
like
good.
frizz. It looks like gorgeous, bountiful curls.
It's like all the small, the small little bits.
Yeah.
Like you can't just, if I come closer, yeah.
Oh, I can see all your grey hairs now.
Hey! I coloured my hair like last week.
I was joking.
The roots are already grey.
Thinking the pee.
No, it's all good. Do you know what? I'm sure the hairdressers left a few out. But,
you just have to tweeze them out. It'll be good.
And then they'll grow.
Yeah. Well, we've just been talking about cake, and it seems that you had some disappointing news today, didn't you?
Yes. So in the news today, okay. So my favourite cake in the whole wide world is chocolate fudge cake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do not be giving me any other cake apart from chocolate fudge cake with dashings, and I mean dashings of cream, right? So I'm the type of person that will go to the restaurant and I'll say, can I have extra cream, please? And they'll charge me like £5 for like a little.
But it'd be worth it.
It's worth it. So popped into my local supermarket today. Every day when I go in, I always see this cake, right? It's one of those, if I can't get a really nice chocolate fudge cake, I will go to the alternative. So today I ended up with this.
That's not chocolate fudge cake.
Yeah, because my local store did not have any. Yeah. I even asked. The shelves were bare.
Well, I think you're going to have to boycott your local supermarket.
Yeah, but if I wanted to make it in time for this,
whatever.
I have to bring cake.
Cake is cake. I did not have that problem. I had the opposite problem. Oh, you're getting stuck into it already. It's obviously not that terrible.
Yeah, actually.
It's a Victoria sponge. I did a poll on the best cake, and Victoria sponge seemed to be one of the most popular cakes that there is.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
By my friends' standards, anyway.
It's a nice cake. They had a carrot cake on offer as well. I was like, no.
No, you're a chocolate girl through and through.
I'm a chocolate girl, like
with the cream, not without the cream. With the cream,
it's like having like breakfast cereal, full to the top.
Manisha eats chocolate cake like she eats breakfast cereal.
Oh my gosh! People look at me weird. Like my husband looks at me really weirdly when I've just got so much cream, and I think I've got my youngest son into it. So it's not even single cream; it's double cream.
Yeah, well, just embrace you weird. You got to be weird in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
Well,
double cream
I
all the way.
Better than Victoria sponge, but I don't know.
What have you got?
But it's got cream
What's
in it.
That?
It is a shoe bun. And
it's filled.
Yeah, it's filled with cream. Like a giant profiterole. That's basically what it is.
Nice.
Chocolate.
No. Can't take a big bite then. It's horrible when it goes, really stale, and you've got that kind of like hard, rubbery, like those type of shoe bun things. It's not nice. Is it nice? It's the 2-pack, isn't it?
It's a 2-pack.
Yeah.
It is a 2-pack. I've got to admit. It's a bit of a bargain as well. It's probably out of date as well.
Yeah.
But cake is cake is cake. It's got I'll tell you what's the most disappointing is I did expect the cream to squidge out, but there's not enough cream there to squidge out.
Oh,
So,
there's not.
no. Have a
Oh,
look. Where is
yeah,
it?
that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, I might nibble away at it.
Yeah.
But then again, cake is cake is cake. And
Yes,
you can't look a cake horse in the mouth. You know what I mean.
I know. But
You
I
know
like
what
my
I mean.
Victoria sponge cake now.
Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't such an epic fail. Maybe the tables have turned. Maybe mine was the failure and yours was the nice one.
But you know what? If I did have this chocolate fudge cake here, I think you would be doing all the talking and I'd just be eating.
Yeah, well, no, I can't speak on your behalf, Mrs. I
Mm-mm.
can't tell
No,
everybody
you
what
can't.
you do. You have to do that. Right, go on then. Finish your mouthful and we'll have a chat about
All right.
what it is that you do. All right, I've got a question for you.
Mm.
So your company is scaling to PMO.
Mm.
You've written it on there. You've not written your name on there. It's Manisha.
No. Yep.
What
Sorry.
is PMO? What the hecky peck is PMO?
Yeah, no one knows what PMO is. So PMO stands for Project Management Office.
Right. And what is
Yep.
Project Management Office?
Okay, so it's basically the people that tell other project managers, other companies how to basically run their projects. So it's all about governance, all about quality assurance, just ensuring that you're delivering value for the company and it makes sense. So, have we got the right people on board? So you're looking at resources, you're looking at just the way things work and run. So a lot of it is about processes.
Mhm.
And the reason why it's scaling to PMO is because my background is in project management. Okay, so I've worked for how many years? About 15 years now.
You don't look
in
old enough. Get
I
away.
am old. Come on, you pointed out my grey hairs earlier.
I know people who got grey hairs at 20. That don't mean no
No,
difference.
I got my first grey hair when I was 16. And it was right there. And I used to wear a middle parting then.
I
You
have
can
no
really
idea
just
if
see
I've
it.
got grey hair or not.
Yeah. You won't be able to tell.
Mm-mm.
You won't be able to tell.
So go on.
All right. Okay. So 15 years in project management, working for loads of creative agencies within London. So these are doing website builds, mobile builds, and basically just telling people what to do, right? Just making sure
That's what we
that,
all need. We all need a little bit
yeah.
of that sometimes.
And some people like it, some people don't like it, but you need someone to just keep you in track. So before I started my career, it was within project management office. So looking at how things were run in the business, making sure that everyone was aligned, following the same steps. Obviously, sometimes tweaking them depending on what was coming in, what wasn't, who the client was. And I really enjoyed doing that part of the
Yeah.
work. And then it was that kind of, right, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to actually go and manage projects. And that's basically what I've done. So instead of taking a really big role, I took a smaller role to actually deliver projects. But I've got all of that background that I've been able to implement into businesses because some companies, they can't afford to have someone to just come in, look at how everything's working and just saying, look, I think you should make these changes, because this is what you're going to get at the end,
And it's
right? What
not
value?
and it's
Yeah.
not just big companies. And I think this is the
Yeah.
slight little difference now where you've actually started to veer towards. You've noticed that there is not necessarily a gap in the market, but there is a requirement and a need for small business owners. So
Yeah.
even people without a team to be able to figure out ways of getting the best out of their business.
Yes.
And making sure that they have the processes in place to organize themselves so that their businesses are not messy. Now, if I was to do a poll, if we had every person that I know in my arena sitting here and watching this, say we were in the cinema and we were eating popcorn and we were watching Manisha on the screen talking about PMO,
Yeah.
And I said to you, and they're all business owners, the vast majority of people that I know that are in my world are business owners. Some people come for the cake, but most of the people are coming for the business. And I said to them, and you know, are you a heart-led small business owner? And the vast majority would, like 99% of them, will say yes, me. Are you a solopreneur? Are you one person on your own with, you know, that maybe outsources to different places? They'll be putting their hands up. And if you said, do you want more time in your business to actually do work on the business and do the thing that you're really good at? And they'll be going, yes, that's me, that's me. And then they'll be saying, is your business a total shit show? And they'll be going, yes. Now, you know that you can help these people, even though you've come from a background where it's corporate, it's big companies, it's multiple projects, it's multiple people. Yes, it's on a bigger scale, and that's why you call yourself scaling to PMO. It's not that it's the PMO that you need, it's that you need the basis of it so that you can then start to scale take on bigger projects and work in tandem with other people and other teams. And I think that's the thing that we need to kind of get across, because you might be one person on your own at the moment, but that doesn't mean to say that you haven't got the dream to actually own a company that is, you know, around the world, has a team, multiple projects, fingers in lots of pies, because the vast majority of us do want to be there. And the vast majority of big businesses started with one particular person. So it's bridging that gap, and you're the person to do it.
Yes. And that is right. And I just don't think people realize why they need processes, especially if you are that one person band, or you go out and you're thinking, right, do you know what? I want to grow my business. And that's what it is. There's a difference between growing and scaling. So growing is, you know, starting to bring people on board because you've got a large array of work to do. So you start bringing in experts. And then later on, scaling is more like, you know, you're creating multiple offers, right? You're growing and then scaling the business. But people don't actually realize that you need to take a step back from being a business owner because you don't know everything. You are not the expert. That's how you'll bring in a social media manager or an operations manager, you know, a VA, whoever it is, graphic designer. Like me, I am crap at maths. So I wouldn't be doing my own. I wouldn't be doing my own accounting, right? I need to get someone that's an expert at it to actually do the work, because then I'll be sitting here looking at a spreadsheet just thinking, oh my gosh, what's coming in, what's going out. I just, it's not for me.
The thing is, Manisha, you're not daft. Even though you think you're crap at maths, it does not mean that you can't sit down, right? So, hear me out. It does not mean you can't sit down and learn how to do your own books. I mean, in this day and age, there's so much out there that's available that will allow you to do that and do it quite easily. The thing is, with all the things that you've got to do in your business,
that's what it is.
Do you want to spend the time and the money and the energy and the heartache and the tearing out of the hair to actually learn it, or even learn a little bit because you might know a lot already, and then implement it, when that takes you away from the thing that is really important, which is, you know, creating offers, using your expertise, putting your passion into your business, having fun. I would put having fun as more important than doing the things that I really don't want to do.
100%. 100%. It's, you know, just that's what project management office is all about, is getting those experts in to actually do the work. So then you can go and do what you do best. And that's, you know, serving your clients, adding value. Everything is about value. That's how you've got these processes in place. So, you know, you might start growing. Like some people's companies grow so quickly that you're just thinking, oh my gosh, what do? I have to spend time with them. I need to go through everything. But if you've got a process in place, they'll be like, right, I need to go here. And that's not, you know, necessarily just giving a process for them to look at, yeah, you're going to spend some time with them, but everything's documented, right?
Yeah.
It's not all in here,
Yeah.
right?
Write everything
That's
down.
just write
I'm giving
everything
all your
down.
golden nuggets away.
Well, the thing is that there's going to be a point where, for myself, I might go on annual leave. I might go
Mhm,
and take 3 weeks off.
mhm,
There might be an emergency, something may happen. So who's going to run my business to the way I run it?
mhm.
Okay. I'm not talking about, taking over, but, I should be able to just hand something over so that they know, how do I create an email? What is it that I start off with? How do I set out this email? It's all these little things
Yeah.
that matter, because when I'm not around and I've passed on my business to someone else, I'd like them to take it through, because there's so many businesses where you're not around anymore,
You
and
take your
people
hands off
just
it and it just gets left.
and it gets left, and you end up selling it. You're not making a profit, you're
Mhm,
not making any money,
mhm.
and you don't know who your suppliers are, contact details, just everything, like who pays the electricity for your business, like all of those things need to be documented.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Talking about money, actually, picking up on the money
yeah,
side of things, I've just had a bit of a thought in terms of project management office and actually putting your processes down on paper.
yeah,
Um, as a small business owner, one of the things that you start off with in terms of what resources you have tends to be you have a lot of passion, you have a lot of energy, you might not have as much time, but one of the things that you generally don't have, especially in this day and age, once upon a time you couldn't really start a business without a lot of money, but these days you can.
yes,
And
yeah,
sometimes you don't have a lot of money, but when the money starts coming in, to be able to grow your business, it's a very good idea to be very careful about where you put that money. Now, the
yeah,
money is not necessarily there for you to put into learning something new, because you learn something new, it means you've got no money left for somebody to implement that. So it means that you've got to
yeah,
implement it, but then you're putting your time into it. And I think sometimes when you actually get your processes down with an idea of what you want your outcome to be, or your next level, or your next step, or your next goal, and you put those processes in place, gives you a very clear picture of where that money needs to go, because you
yes,
know then where you are prepared to actually put your hands on the business. I call it hands on and hands off.
yeah,
Where you're prepared to put your hands on the business right now, and where you want to take the hands off, and you put the money into the hands off stuff. So it's the stuff that
yeah,
you're going to spend a lot of time doing, you're going to get stressed out about, something that you know that you could do that, but your time would be better spent doing something that's going to generate more cash, as opposed to trying to
yes,
fix something just to support that. And when you have that clear picture, I think that is the time, until you've got that clear picture, that is the time you then start investing back into your business, rather than just throwing money
yeah,
at random things, which is something that, hands up, we all do it. And oh, that's gonna fix this problem, or that's gonna
yeah,
fix this problem. But ultimately, if you're just throwing money at it, there's a lot of wastage going there. You're leaking a lot
yes,
of something, a valuable resource that you have to. So in effect, when you do the work that you do with the people that you do it with, what they're doing is getting the opportunity to be very mindful
yeah,
about how they use their resources and how they make money in their business, because ultimately that is the
yes.
end goal, to be able to grow.
That's it. That's it. It's making money, freeing up your time. And that's what I'm all about. Mum, got 2 kids under 6.
Mhm.
So it's about getting those processes in place that everyone's just working to, right? I need to do this, this, and this. Processes do not need to be boring. They don't need to be written down like in boring ways. They can be diagrams. They can literally be 5 steps, but you've got it documented, like this is the way it's going to run. You'll have templates. And the thing is the most important thing is every quarter just to go back in and just say, right, is this process relevant? Has it changed? So you're taking out a bit of time just to go in and make those little
Yeah.
tweaks. So if you start doing it now, it will benefit you later on when there's that last minute panic and you're like, I can't do this. I just don't have the time. We all do have time. Like
Yeah,
we've all got the time,
we've
but
got
it's
the exact
how we
same amount of
use
time.
it. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
how we use it. So I'm all about freeing up time. So you spend it with your I'm going to take my bike next. Just spend it with your friends and family. And then, should you wish to, start thinking about other ways of either growing or even scaling. Like, this is the time you'll have to start thinking creatively, right?
Yeah.
What else do I want to do with my business? How else can I make money? And that's the whole point. You've created this business so you can work for yourself, work the hours that you want to
Mhm.
work and not work for someone else, really,
Which
another
is
company.
the position that we're in now anyway. We don't really
Yeah,
be working too much for somebody else because we've got bigger dreams than
exactly.
that. We want to create
Yeah,
our own dreams, not the dreams of somebody else. And
exactly.
I'm guessing that if that's the case, the way that you work with clients is you grab hold of their hand and you
Yes.
lead them through what they're doing.
Yeah.
Have a look at what they're doing well so that they can then pop that on paper and forever be, embodied in a piece of writing in a document that somebody else can read
Yeah.
or they can remind themselves of. Um,
Yeah. It
mm,
it can literally be like just finding out about themselves, their
mhm.
business, and what's taking up so much of their time. Like
Yeah.
just doing like a deep dive, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. When you've
Mm,
got an outsider coming in and they're able to be honest, that's the whole point
yeah.
why you actually, go to experts and say, right, this is what I need help with. And then, do you know what? The smallest tweaks make the biggest difference. And then you're like, oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, why did I
Absolutely.
not do this before? You all like, even I found that out for myself. Like, there's always someone else that has to tell me because you have blinkers on. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, you cannot see anything else because you are day in, day out in
Mhm.
your business because all you're doing is just churning, churning, churning. And a lot of people, they are not concentrating on value. They are
Mhm.
just concentrating, right? What's the next thing I can tick off my list, tick off my list? And then it
Oh,
makes
trust
them
me, I
feel
feel like this a lot.
so empowered. Like, oh my gosh, I ticked so much off. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, where did it get you? Like, what have you actually achieved? How
Yeah.
have you got
How
to
have
the
you
next
moved
step?
your business forward? How have
Y-
you built on what
Yeah,
you've already got? Yeah.
yeah. And it's little things. Oh, yeah, I checked my emails today. Well, okay, right.
Brilliant.
Let's do some proper work. Where are you going to make your money? It's all about making money
Make
in the
that money
right way.
the right way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. So that's where we are. What are the three most
Oh,
basic things? Most
mm,
basic things, the things that are no-brainers for you that
yeah.
we, as lay people who've got messy minds and messy businesses, I'm not quite sure what to do.
Mhm,
We've got a big heart. We want to go out and
mhm.
make things better in the world. What are the three basic things that we need to know about organizing ourselves? Give us the benefit of
Oh,
the
right.
sticky.
I think the best thing would be time blocking,
Mhm,
and it doesn't have to be set in stone. Like,
mhm,
Mondays 9 till 10, I'm just going to check on my emails,
mhm,
change it up, but give yourself big amounts of blocks to do certain things instead of 15 minutes, half an hour. Write a task list, reprioritize it, and then maybe chop off the last 5. It
mhm,
might not be so important, but you need to look at your task list and just think, right, what is going to make me money?
mhm.
Okay, what's going to bring value to my business and for my clients?
High value tasks.
Yeah, everything is about high value, and all those little things you leave,
Mhm,
right? Nothing's going to happen. Like, your systems aren't going to break down. Nothing like that is going to happen. So, time blocking, processes, and my last thing would be working with the right people. So once you've actually got your processes in place and you start figuring out, right, this is the type of person I want, write down exactly what you want them to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And, make sure that you are able to bond with them, you're able to work with them, right? And everything that they deliver is delivering value as well.
And I think
Because
that's a really, really key point, because it's a
that's what it is.
relationship, and ultimately
Yes.
you're investing in them. You're
Yeah.
investing in them. When with any investment, whatever you put out, your
Yeah.
expectation is you're going to get a hell of a lot more back.
Yeah.
That's just the way that leverage works.
Yeah. And it's the same with, when you've got those right people in, even if it's just the one person, it's not just delegating all the shit that you do,
Yeah.
right? It's just making sure that you're delegating like the right type of things, like, they can make choices. It's it's able to like develop them to like the next stage, right? So there's always a reason why you're giving them these things. So then you as an owner got more time to develop what you need to develop, but then they're developing as well. So it's not just like, oh yeah, do all the admin
Growing with
tasks.
you.
Yeah, you want them to grow. It's all about growth for them as well. So then they feel, right, I'm working for, a really nice business owner here, looks after me, is all about my well-being, wants me to grow. And it's all about motivation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So all this time that you've been working in project management,
Mm,
you've probably seen quite a few things in your time, I'm sure. Lots of weird
loads
and
of things.
wonderful things. What things about project management, about the way things were done, actually surprised you the most? Some eye openers.
Oh, people just can't prioritize their work. They think everything is important. They think everything needs to be delivered tomorrow. It doesn't. What is the worst that's going to happen?
Hey, don't get
Always ask yourself. Yeah, but then it's all about time blocking, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you'll block it. It's like I've got this thing on a Sunday for 10 minutes only. I'll just look at my emails.
Mhm.
I'm not responding to them. I'm not doing anything. I'm just having a view of what my week might look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not
I
going to look like that. It
definitely
might
see
look
that
like.
idea. Yeah. Yeah.
So then I can start thinking, right, so and so has sent me an email. Is it urgent? No.
Do you do the whole thing with the flags?
I do.
Yeah.
I've got like very important tasks
Mhm.
that need to be completed before the afternoon. Like
Yeah.
me, I do all my demotivating tasks in the morning.
Mhm.
Things
Tell me
that just
opposite.
don't
I do my
bring.
creative stuff in the morning.
I can't do that. Or because I need something motivating to keep me
Mhm.
going for the rest of the day. So like checking
Oh, I
emails.
jump out of bed, man.
Just
It's like, woohoo! Here we
yeah.
go! Let's go!
Emails don't do anything for me. It's just like, "Oh, I've got an email today. Right, okay. Well, what's going on?" And it's just something that we're all wired to do,
Yeah.
check our emails.
Yeah.
And, as a business, we do need to check our emails.
Well, it's the way we communicate with a lot of people.
Exactly. So I'll check that in the morning. Fun stuff in the afternoon.
And that
Yeah.
works for you. And that
That
works.
works for me, and the thing is that this kind of stuff will work differently for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like I said, processes can be boring, time blocking can be boring, but we need to figure you out as a person. I know what I'm
it's
like.
not boring.
Yeah, exactly, and make it not boring. And it's just playing with those times and just thinking about what else do you need to fit in your day. So for me, it's pickups. I've got to
Yeah.
somehow between like 3 and 4:30 because of clubs. I'm not doing anything then. So I need to arrange my time where even then I'm not feeling stressed. Like it's okay. I've got an hour and a half, I'm going there, picking them up. Yeah, and it's nice because I've got that time to do it because I've planned well. I'm delivering what's going to give value, and I'm not doing the crappy tasks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think just from this conversation, it's very, very evident that every single one of us works in completely different ways.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the things that you can't get away from is that you have a set amount of time, and there's going to be times where you are more likely to create high value, and there's times where you're going to be better off doing the more mundane stuff. And I think we're not conscious about that most of the time. We do it, and then we end up fighting with ourselves because we set expectations about doing things at the times when it's not right for us, and then we end up like, feeling really messy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like you said, just that little tweak is, well, how about if we switch it around, and God knows I've done this so many times, but switching it around so that you work to your best energy, your best advantage, your best time for that particular task. Because you're going to have creative tasks, you're going to have planning tasks, you're going to have doing tasks, you're going to have sorting out the washing tasks, you're going to have the things that you really, really need to get done. And they can actually be left to times where it's a little bit of dead space, but also incorporating tasks, well, not tasks, but time for self-care, because I'm always a massive of self-care. I think it's the only thing that in your life that consistently needs to be looked at and every single day of your life. Otherwise, you're not paying attention to your life, and you're ultimately killing yourself. I know that's been overly dramatic, but you know what I mean. And in that respect, that needs to be in there somewhere. So allowing yourself to take that time, instead of, like you said, squeezing 15 minutes here and there. It's not about having a massage. It's not about, doing 10 minutes of meditation. It's about taking the time to actually make sure that you're okay, because if you're not okay, then that affects everything else.
Yes, it's so true. So true. And the thing is that once you start implementing these processes or, the time blocking, it's not something that's going to work for you straight away. You've got to give it a bit of time. You can't give up.
Yeah.
You've got to give it a month, and you've got to tweak it slightly.
Yeah.
And that's with everything. You might go and buy yourself a new shampoo. The first couple of times, you're like, right, I've used it once, but now I need to maybe use it a few more times, do a few washes, and it might work. So you're just constantly just trying to tweak it so it works for you.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were to give a little bit of advice, I come to you from Manisha. You need some advice. Okay. So we're talking to solopreneurs, we're talking to people who might not have a big team, who tend to wear the hats. Yeah. If there was one thing, Manisha, that you would say that would help me clean up my business, I think you've already said it, but you can say it again. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
What would that one thing be?
Just organize your processes. Like that is the one thing. Like, literally write down everything that you do. Just write down it. Like, it will take you a good half an hour to write down every single task you do, the smallest task as well, like organizing my folders. I don't know, but you write down everything, and then you can group them, what fits together, and then you think, right, now I need to write a process. That's literally all it is. And then once you figured out what you're doing, then you can think, right, I'm doing a lot over here. Maybe this is something that I can find someone to come in and do for me, because sometimes you're better off finding that information out now than later on.
When you've been banging your
head
and for a very long
panicking to find the right person to do it, because you're not going to find someone overnight to come and help you, because you will have to train them. And there's going to be, there's going to be times where I'm like, actually, I can just do it myself. Yeah, you can do it yourself, but you can't do everything.
Absolutely. Yeah,
You
and
can't.
I think the other thing that you got to remember off the back of what you were just saying about writing things down and writing down the processes. The processes are the patterns that you actually do things. So it's not
Yeah.
necessarily making something up. So it fits with what you expect to be doing. It's how you already do it is the
Yes.
starting point. Because if you already do something and there's not any requirement to change, even though you think you should be doing something else, why change something that's already working? But if you've got it there in
Yes.
black and white, it's a lot easier to say, right, that's okay, let's go on to the next thing. But and I know from bitter experience how hard and how time consuming and how very hairy out things can actually be to set all this down. I have done it. I have done it
Yeah.
in my Baby Ballet business. I've done
Yes.
it for certain things in my Happy Business Club business. And I know how hard it can be. And this is where what you do comes in. This is where you as an expert can come in, sweep that person up, hold the space for them, and let them go through it without it being too
Yeah.
difficult, with the encouragement and everything like that. So tell us how somebody could work with you, how that would look.
Oh, well, I offer one-to-ones.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just bespoke to you, and you'd have me for a whole hour, doing one of those power hours, and we just go through your business. And it's just a conversation that we'd be having, and just getting to know you. You'd get to know about me as well. And we just start figuring out, like, what is it that we can do?
Mm-hmm.
What are the quick wins that we can actually put into place?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I offer power hours. Yeah.
Fabulous. And I think I like to look at it as little strands. You have little strands, like little chain links in your business. And along that chain link, some of the links you're already doing. And when you start putting them together, there might be one missing here or one missing there. And it's
Yes.
like figuring out what that little chain is going to be. So when Manisha sits down with you and you're writing down all the things, there might be a little gap. So then it's just like, well, what needs to be done to fill that gap? And what
Yeah.
kind of thing would you naturally do to fill that gap? And she'll help you set out those little chains that allow you to create your business in such a way that it just makes it move more efficiently and a lot smoother. I do want to mention at this point, I know we weren't going to talk about this, but I'm going to mention it anyway, is that
What
me
we're
and
mentioning?
we're mentioning that thing, the thing that we're doing.
Oh, the thing.
Yeah, me and Manisha have had lots of conversations about how small business owners work. And I know a heck of a lot of people who have very messy lives, very messy businesses. They are phenomenal people. They are experts in their field, but sometimes getting to grips with the actual business and sorting it out and creating these strands and creating this neatness in their business so that they can work more efficiently proves to be very, very difficult. Now, what we've decided to do is collaborate, haven't we, darling?
Yes, we have. Woo!
So we've got this amazing event coming up. What's it called?
Am I telling? Or are you telling?
You tell. What's it called?
It's called the Crazy Money Map.
So the Crazy Money Map is basically for people who might feel a little bit crazy in their business, who like to do things differently, who don't go with the flow and do what everybody else is doing, despite the fact that everybody says they should be doing it this way, but they've got their own way of doing things. And sometimes they feel a little bit crazy because it's not the way that everybody else is doing it. And they wonder if they're actually doing it right or not. Well, we're here to tell you that you absolutely are. How to actually translate that into making more money in your business. And then Manisha's going to swoop in and she's going to help you lay out this map. And this map is going to be the processes, the starting point of the processes that you get to work with. Put all your crazy in there, all your ideas, all your ways of working. We're going to map it out, write it down, and you will have this map, this blueprint to actually go and do the amazing things that you're supposed to be doing in your business. And it's not going to be messy at all. It's going to be brilliant. Not only that, this is going to be an in-person day. We're looking at Manchester. We're looking in May. It's going to be a fabulous day. There are limited spaces as well. More information will follow. But if you want to get in touch with us about getting that information, I'm going to stick a link below. And not only that, the best bit is, because we can go to in-person days, we can learn lots of things, and we can go away and we can do absolutely bog all with it because lots of things are happening in our lives.
Yep.
But we're not letting you get away with that, are we?
Nope.
What we're going to do is we're going to offer the power hour that Manisha was talking about. We're going to offer 2. One with me. So with me, we're going to be looking at who you are, what you do, what your purpose is, what you actually need in your business to make you fulfill your purpose and build your dreams. And then, we're going to look at money as well. That's a really
yep.
Manisha,
because she's the expert. Remember, maths expert, money. Michelle.
I've got a calculator. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. I'll bring my Casio with me.
You got one of them, have you? I got one from like 30 years ago. Batteries in it. And Manisha is going to give you a power hour. So part of the day is going to be beyond the day. 2 power hours, one with me, one with Manisha. Manisha is going to give you that power hour where you will physically write down with a pen and paper or on your computer or whatever it is, the map, the starting map of creating these processes and putting it down on paper, what it is that you do, what it is that you do well, and how you're going to do it so that you don't have to keep going back into your brain and your crazy brain and trying to remind yourself of what it is that you do, because it'll be all laid out there. I know the benefits of this because I've done it before in my business. Manisha knows the benefits of it because she's done it in her business. And it's one of those things that will allow you to go off like a rocket. So if you're interested in that, hit us up, either me or Manisha. Entirely up to you. We'll stick a link in the description below. And if you're liking this already, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. So we got all this stuff going on. Manisha is the expert at project management office and setting your processes down, even if you're just the one person in your business that does all the things, because you probably need it more than anybody else. Right, we got our heads back on straight after that. I'm getting too excited about this. I'm just going to chill and eat my cake, but I want you, lovely lady, to tell me that little secret that you wrote down in your thing. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, right, my little secret. Okay.
Your little secret. I'm going to have a little bit more cake. I'm not so sure about this cake today. I'm going to Morrison's. I'll eat the chocolate bit.
So you know when like you think about hobbies, and you're like, oh, I'd really like a hobby, but I don't know. So I've just recently started collecting crystals.
Whoop, whoop.
I've got some here. Look. I'm still trying to learn the names of them, by the way. So
I know somebody you need to follow. I'll send you a link. I love lovely Sharon Hadley.
Oh,
she's an expert in that. We'll get her on at some point.
Yeah, so don't ask me the crystal names, but I've got one here.
That looks like an iron ore or something like that. I'm probably wrong.
Oh God. Right. Anyway,
very pretty. It's so pretty.
I've got this one.
Oh, that's amethyst. We know what that is.
No, it's not. It's not.
Amethyst.
I've got an amethyst, but it's in my bedroom, and I've got a rose quartz. Those are like the main ones that you'd get.
Yeah,
this one is a fluorite.
Oh,
fluorite. Yes.
You brush your teeth with it. Is that fluoride? That's fluoride.
That's fluoride. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, why didn't I actually think of that?
That's a blonde one, that is.
Yeah.
What are the pretty ones? What's your favourite one? Sorry, I'm blowing my nose.
I don't know the name. I think it's this one. And it's all about abundance. And
it looks like a golden nugget.
Yeah, it is like a nugget, but I forgot what it's called.
Sharon, if you're watching this, let us know.
I'm so bad.
Drop it in the comments if you know what they are. Hold it back up to the thing.
It's really pretty.
It is. Very sparkly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know how to do all the energizing and the cleaning and
you've got to like this is called
ooh.
See, don't even know. Selenite.
Oh, look,
All you crystal queens are most probably like
about stuff we don't even actually know.
exactly. So I've just got into it. Anyway, you're meant to charge them with this, and it actually works. Like the crystals become so much more heavier with this, and I think it's about 24 hours, and you literally let the crystals touch. So like you've got to sage them. You like do like a cleansing with like Santo Paulo, and then like yeah. So I'm learning all of this. It's only been a couple of months.
Yeah, I'm nodding.
So I think
and
next time I
I
chat
know
to
you're
you,
not
like,
supposed to put them in your bra.
you are?
No.
No. Oh, no idea. Or
Well,
like
you will find
certain, yeah. So like these kind of rough ones you can't mix with like the smooth
Oh, okay.
kind of ones, because these are raw.
Right.
Yeah,
You're teaching me stuff that I have no idea about here, Manisha.
these are polished.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll learn more.
Crystal.
I'll write a blog. I'll put it in my newsletter.
About crystals, but this is what I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's something new. I mean, I've always liked crystals, but I've never known like what they're all about. So I'm just in the beginning stages.
Give it a year and come back and then tell us, and you'll be
I'm
able
gonna
to
know everything.
Yeah.
I will know everything about my crystals.
You will, because you'll
Well, I've
write
got a
it
few.
down.
Yeah, I've got a few.
We'll have a little show and tell.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Manisha.
Thank you. Have I? Oh, you didn't let me eat. Look.
I'll let you get off and eat your cake. Even though you said you were disappointed, I bet you're not really that disappointed, are you? Because it's cake, isn't it?
I'm gonna eat the cake.
How often do you go to work and you get to eat cake? Are you actively
never
cake? Yeah, well,
never.
it's a daily occurrence in my workspace at the moment. So take the opportunity where it arises.
I will. My kids aren't at home. They're at school, so I get away with. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right then, lovely. Thank you so much for coming on and speaking to me. What you do makes a massive difference to the heads and the hearts of all the people that we work with. And me and you are going to be doing some epic stuff along the way.
Going to do some great stuff.
Speaking to you. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang on, where's my thing gone? There we go. Hey, there we go. That was the lovely Manisha, a good friend of mine, and we're going to be ripping up the tiles of business. I don't know what I'm saying here, and having a good old time over the coming months, getting ready for our crazy money map adventure. Are you going to be joining us? Anyway, I wanted to say I've got something that I wanted to show you, right? So talking about processes, everything that Manisha said today makes a whole lot of sense. Being one of these entrepreneurs that has a very messy mind, that does things very messily, who absolutely loves tidiness and structure, and is constantly aiming for that and never seem to be getting there, because there's some other amazing thing that's going on that wrecks my head. Last year, I decided when I was creating planners that I was going to create myself a lovely business planner so that I could keep my head on straight. So out of the head of this happy business coach came the happy business planner on a 13-week schedule. So this is available on Amazon. I'm going to pop the link below. And basically in there, it's got, you even got my pen in it for this week. So in there, it's very, very straightforward, very, very simple. You get put your appointments in. So any kind of appointments that you have. So I take everything out of my diary and put it in there. Then I put to do this week. So I make my to-do list and I put in there what day I'm expecting to do it, and I get things done. And if I don't get things done, I move it on to the next week. And then every single day I can schedule it. So it's a good time for me sometimes to actually sit down and work out. And it's got from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. So you can put everything in there, whether it's your work or your home. Gives you a good idea of what you're doing when. And it keeps my head on straight, I've got to admit. And then you've got 13 weeks in there. And then at the back, and then it goes 13 weeks. So it's a full 13 weeks of the Happy Business Planner. Keeps your head on straight, very straightforward, very simple to use. You can get it on Amazon now. Can't remember how much it is, but if you click on the link, you'll find, and that's available for you to buy. There's also another planner on there, which is the 90 Days to Happiness, which is an amazing guide to actually being proactively happy and having a place to every day sit down and write things about what makes you happy and being intentional about bringing happiness and joy back into your life. There's a little reflective bit in there as well. And that's something that I've got available on Amazon as well. So go check it out if you want to put your head back on straight. That's enough from me today. I've eaten plenty of cake today. To be honest, I'm not that impressed with this choux bun. It is a little bit rubby. I think I should have eaten it on the day that I bought it, but in that case, I would have not had anything to eat today. So thank you to the lovely Manisha, and we will see you all next time.